Nadine, thank you very much. Okay, we know that you're freaking out right now shopping for your family for the holidays and maybe getting ready for guests coming in town, but we got one more thing for people to be thinking about. Tax season. Yes, I know that it's not until next year, but there are some things that you need to do before January 1st. And joining us this morning is Stephanie Fierro with the Fruitkin Law Firm, who is a tax expert. And you've got 5 great tips for people today on how to maybe minimize the stress of your tax season, correct?
Yes, that's my goal, is to help you figure out what you need to do before December 31st.
Oh, we love that. So let's and start with the number one. You can give gifts right now that'll actually minimize your tax risk.
Yes, 'tis the season, right, to be giving gifts, and you can use your annual exclusion amount, which is $14,000 this year. So you can give that amount to friends and family members that you may be planning to try and help out. Maybe they need some money for tuition, and you can do that, and that'll help minimize gift and estate tax things that may come down the road.
So it doesn't have to be just your spouse. You can give that gift to anybody.
That's correct.
Happy holidays. All right, invest in your retirement. Contribute to your 401k. Most people are doing that already, but you're saying you got to make sure you're maximizing it out, right?
Yes. If altruism is not your thing, then you can keep this money for yourself for use later on. So it gives you the added bonus of planning for your retirement in the future and saving, but you also get the tax deduction now because you're reducing your taxable income.
And is that something that has to be done before the 1st?
Yes. There are some exceptions. That a traditional IRA, you can go through the April 15th deadline, and then a SEP IRA, if you get an extension on your taxes, you can of next year.
Okay. Talk about giving charitable donations. A lot of people do this anyway, but don't even realize that they can make that tax deductible up to a very high amount, too.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that could be as simple as just cleaning out your garage and bringing some things to Goodwill, but we're also talking about if you have some highly appreciated assets, those might be good things to donate to charity, because you can both avoid capital gains if you donate the actual asset and get the charitable contribution deduction.
Brilliant. This is why we have her here. In fact, staying on capital gains, you can try to offset your gains. If you know that you're going to have something that's a loss, you try to balance all of that out, correct?
Right. If you're going to have a gain, which has a separate capital gains tax rate in addition to whatever your normal income tax rate is, then if there's something that you are expecting to take a loss on, some sort of asset, maybe a stock that you were planning to sell, if you're planning to sell it, do it now and take the loss and offset your gains.
Makes a lot of sense. And finally, we have save in a health savings account, contributing your health savings account to help cover health care costs. Now, there is a difference, though, between a flexible account and then the accounts that we're talking about here.
Right. This health savings account is specifically tethered to high deductible insurance plans. Now, the nice thing about this is that it can be used as a pre-tax contribution, so it reduces, again, your taxable income, and it becomes a savings plan that you can use for health care costs down the road. The nice thing is this is not a use it or lose it. This money can continue to grow tax deferred and can be used even as a supplemental retirement plan if you don't end up using it for health care costs.
But like you said, you have to have a high deductible plan in order to do this.
Correct.
And it's different than the flexible plans that a lot of people get from their work insurance plans. All right, very interesting. Yeah. Anything else? We already did the top 5, but anything else you want to throw in there before?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there are a couple of things that may be helpful. There's an educator expense credit. So for teachers that may have bought supplies for their classroom throughout the year that were not reimbursed, they can take up to $250 of that expense and use that as a deduction. You can also pay college tuition early. There's an American Opportunity Tax Credit that is available. There are some thresholds and limits that you need to be mindful of, but those are good things to take advantage of as well.
I think some people need to make some appointments with the Fruitkin Law Firm to sit down with you and figure all this out. But thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it.